A very warm welcome to the top three finishers of the FIA Formula One Chinese Grand Prix. In third place, Lewis Hamilton. In second place, George Russell. And taking his first win in Formula One, our winner, Kimi Antonelli. What a day for you, Kimi. Many congratulations. How sweet was the view from the top step of the podium?
Yeah, I'm super happy. Such an incredible day. And very grateful for, achieving my first win. The team did an incredible job. The car is super quick and it's allowing us to fight for wins. And I'm really happy because they also helped me to achieve one of my big dreams. And just super happy.
Did you always have confidence in the car and how it would end up, even when Lewis took the lead at the start?
Yeah, I mean, the start is still our weak point, and to be fair, I didn't go with a great confidence because my two previous starts were really bad, so I didn't know what to expect. But obviously, I covered a little bit too much on the inside and left too much space on the outside, so probably need to review that. But pace was still good, especially I felt good on the hards. Even though at the end I relaxed a bit too much and did a mistake, which put a bit of pressure, but still managed to bring it home.
You seemed very calm and composed throughout. What do you think is the biggest lesson you've learned today with win number one?
There's so much that I've learned, but first of all is never relax too much because today it went well because could have been worse. So just always try to stay on point and keep the focus because today at the end I opened the room for mistakes and the mistake happened. So just need to make sure it doesn't happen again. And then, of course, also, just trying to focus on doing things right, procedure-wise, warm-up, bringing the tire into the stint, I think was a massive lesson. And also today was very cold and was a good lesson to see, what was the best way to keep the tires in a good window.
Are you going to take time to pause, to celebrate tonight?
Well, I'm flying home tonight, but definitely tomorrow I will take time to celebrate. Also, I think it will take a little bit of time to realize what has just happened. But yeah, super happy, and of course, massive thanks to the team, all the boys and girls in Brackley and Brixworth, and of course, massive thanks to my family. And yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Very well done. Thank you for that, Kimi. George, let's come to you now. I know you wanted to win the Grand Prix today, but can we start just by getting your thoughts on Kimi getting that first win and his pace today?
Yeah, really special day for Kimi, so huge congratulations to him. It's obviously a day he's going to remember for forever. And again, it was just the Ferraris made our life very difficult. Once again, 3 races down, and 3 of those times they've taken the lead from us. But I felt in a pretty good place. I got back into P2. And then also the safety car timing was just a bit unfortunate, and coming out behind Colapinto and Ocon was hindered my chances. But all things considered this weekend, after what happened in Quali, P2's a very solid result.
As you say, you spent quite a lot of time amongst the Ferraris. What did you learn about their pace and where they were fast?
Well, I was just waiting for the two of them to collide, and they somehow didn't. It was some of the most aggressive racing I've seen for a while. If I wasn't sort of trying to win the race, I'd have been enjoying the battle, but obviously been watching Kimi pull away during those points. It was a little bit annoying, but Ferrari are definitely very quick. They're quicker in the corners than us, slower than us in the straight. So it just made it a little bit challenging, and when you're trying to get past 2 of them at the same point, that wasn't straightforward. But as it stands, we have the upper hand, but we can't take that for granted because obviously we know some things are going to be changing in a couple of months. The upgrades are massive at the moment, so yeah, let's see where it falls out.
And did the time you lost among the Ferraris cost you the opportunity of challenging Kimi a little closer?
I think it would have been very difficult to challenge Kimi, to be honest. He's been very quick this weekend, and when you got two cars that are very similar pace, trying to get past on the same tyres is a little bit challenging, but obviously that time I lost with the Ferraris just gave me no chance. But as I said, I'm pleased just to be in P2 because it could have been a lot worse, and overall it's been a solid weekend.
All right, very well done to you. Thank you. And to Lewis, many congratulations. You have 203 Formula One podiums to your name. Just how special was this one?
Wow. Well, I have already said it, but a big, huge congratulations to this one here, because it was amazing yesterday to be up here with him whilst he got his first pole, and now to get the first win. It's truly special getting your first Grand Prix win. I remember my first, and to be.
I was 1 year old, by the way.
You were born in 2006, right?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. So it's amazing to see that, after so many years, and then seeing him come through and seeing talented young people who truly deserve it to get to the top. It's really awesome. So congratulations, mate. And then for me, I started this voyage, this dream of moving to Ferrari and being on the top step with them, and this podium. It's taken a long time longer than I had hoped, and after a difficult year last year, to be able to be a part of the developing with them, working with them over the past year, gives me huge pride, and it's such a privilege to be a part of this brand. And they've provided us a really solid car, as George was saying. We've got a great package, particularly through corners. We just got to step it up to be able to keep up with them on the straights, but. Yeah, it's a very special day, and especially as it's Mother's Day. My mum's here, and it's been an awesome week.
George referenced it a moment ago, the battle you had with Charles. How on edge was it? How much did you enjoy it? And is it easier to follow in this year's cars than last year?
Yeah, the cars are easier to follow, much better than past years. You can get very close. There's not like a bad wake where you're losing too much downforce. So I think it's the best racing that I've ever experienced in Formula One. Of course, these guys are pulling past us at crazy speeds, but to be able to all be so close and have, it's great that we have the good start at the moment, and hopefully that stays the same through the year, given that they've gone for a different option of where they have the more power. We've got to figure out how we can improve our straight line speed, but hopefully it was an exciting race to watch for you guys, because it was awesome in the car. It felt like go-karting, back and forth, and you could really position your car in a nice way where there was a thin piece of paper between us sometimes, but we didn't exchange any paint. And I think that's down to great drivers and respect.
It was thrilling. Final one from me. Looking ahead, does your first win with Ferrari feel close?
I definitely feel that I could say that it's more in sight than ever before. Last year couldn't have been further from view, but I think as you've seen these guys in qualifying, somehow we were a little bit closer in qualifying yesterday, but in the race trim, I think they've got 4-5 tenths on us at the moment. That's a huge step to pick up, both in downforce and efficiency, and then also power. That's a huge upgrade that we need to push for. But I really do believe in everyone back in Maranello, and that it's not an impossible feat to overcome. So, yeah, Forza Ferrari, we've just got to keep pushing.
Thank you for that. Right, let's open this to the floor. Name and publication as ever. Who's first?
Fred Ferrelli, keep question to Lewis. We saw you battling with Charles and using batteries, overboost, overtake. Was it tough this winter to work on that? And did it take time to be like a student on that new way of using the cars?
Very much so. Very much so. I think in testing, actually didn't really get to experience it. It's really more in these three races that we've had. with the sprint race and this race and obviously Melbourne, that it's really become apparent when you're surrounded by the cars in the fight what battery usage is like, and when you have the boost, how to utilize it and all those sorts of things. So very, very challenging. I mean, I don't necessarily feel a huge step compared to these guys when the boost is when you're within that 1 second, they're still pulling away on the straight. So we overall just need more. But it is much more studying, I would say, than any other era that I've had. And you have to be very, very meticulous and pay attention to the fine detail.
Thank you. Next.
Luke Smith from The Athletic. Kimi, congratulations on the win. After the race, you got out of the car and Toto was there. You got a good embrace with him and Bono as well. Obviously, your dad here this weekend too. Like, how special has it been to share all of this with the people who've been so invested in your journey and took that bet on you to put you in the car last year?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's been great. To have also my dad here to share this moment with him because it's been part of this whole journey since karting, and this also with Bono and Toto. Toto took me in the team in 2018 and brought me all the way to Formula One, and he gave me the opportunity last year and to put me in the car, and then again this year. So definitely it's been a great journey so far, and but of course there's still a long way, but we're on a good path, and I've been enjoying a lot the time with Mercedes, with the whole team, and just looking forward to the future.
Thanks, Kimi. Next.
Niharika from Sportskeeda. A question for Lewis. Lewis, talking about your podium, how much on an individualistically, how much of a mental boost is this particular podium for you? And looking ahead to the year, does this build the momentum for maybe a more confident athlete out of you, as say compared in contrast to the last season or even before?
Well, I think I came into the season with the confidence that I've used to have, and I think I've stuck at it. And I would say, in combination with things like, this is the biggest crowd I've ever seen here in Shanghai. Like when we were doing the drivers' parade, we went up to turn 11, 12, and that grandstand's been closed for 20, I think almost 20 years, and it was amazing. I was so shocked to see it completely full, and so I really have to say a huge thank you to everyone here in Shanghai that came out to support our sport, and then Team LH China are unbelievable. They're just the sweetest and most incredible supporters that and my mum got to see it this weekend, which I think it was really cool for her to kind of witness the sincerity and the amazing support. So they lift me up, and definitely this result. I've been pushing for a podium. It's the hardest thing just to get a podium compared to a lot through my season, through my career. It was the biggest challenge to get that, and I just had to bide my time. And I think coming into the season, really cultivate that really positive mental attitude, and I'm taking that forwards with me.
Thanks, Lewis. Next.
Phil Duncan, PA. Lewis, I guess just following on from that, do you feel as though you're now back to your best after a bit of a tricky first year? And does a result like this sort of serve as a springboard to giving you that hope that you can get that 8th World Championship?
I definitely feel like I'm back to both mentally and physically my best. Yes, I still think there's room to improve. Training this winter has been the heaviest and the most intense that I've ever had, and that probably comes hand in hand with being older. It takes longer to recover. But I've managed to pull these new tools. I've got a great new trainer, a great trainer that I've been working with in the past, but we were together since Christmas Day, and then the time at the factory, obviously a new engineer, and that's obviously been a real good boost as well. Great morale within the team, And as I said, just I decided on Christmas Day how I was going to start this season. I decided what I was going to do mentally, and I'm going to continue to tweak that. I do think there's more to come. I think I can still eke out more performance from this car. I'm still learning about it as I go, particularly with deployment and that. So, and then on the backside, mid to end of last year, really digging deep with the engineers and talking to them about the things that I wanted from a car that I didn't have any part of developing last year, to then developing the car with them this year, and to see them listen and put some of those things that I'd asked for on the car. I'm just incredibly grateful for them for listening on that side of things, and it just makes you feel more united with everyone because you're moving in the same direction. So I'm looking forward to getting back next week to Maranello and seeing everybody, and yeah, big push.
Thank you. Next,
Molly Hudson from The Times. I think Toto said yesterday it was a little bit like having 3 Mercedes drivers up there for a second. So I guess, what was it like for all of you to share that moment with each other, and for Lewis especially to have Bono there?
I go. I mean, it's first of all, it's incredible to be sharing the podium with George and Lewis, because George came through the junior academy like me, and he's part of the family. Lewis, he has made history with Mercedes, and obviously it's great for Mercedes, yeah, I think it was a very special moment for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, if we could probably all choose who would share the podium with, it's probably with each other, to be honest. So obviously I had the pleasure of being teammates with Lewis for those years and learned so much, and then obviously being teammates with Kimi for the past year and a bit, and seeing sort of his growth, and such a talented driver, and it's going to be giving me a hard time this year, no doubt. So that was really special, and it was nice just to be with each other up there.
Yeah, I mean, to continue on what these guys said, and obviously to see to have been such a part of Mercedes through my career. They supported me from almost day one, 1997. I was 13. So to then, go through that journey with them and had the success with them, and to obviously George and I had some difficult years in that past era, and so it's really special to see them, back at the front, because it's a phenomenal team, and I know we got our work cut out to beat them, because when they're on the form like this, it's not easy to beat. And to see George come through the sport, and then get to Formula 1, and then now see Kimi come through, and to be able to be here with them, especially as Kimi took my seat, and then Bono I've worked with for so long, so it's like sitting here with my old family, so that's great.
All right, thanks all. Next.
Where I'm off Formula Vision. What a weekend! Congratulations to all of you what a weekend to finish the 19th edition of Trans Grand Prix. So this question a bit for George and Lewis, because Kimi a bit young for this. So later this year we will have Formula E straight races here in China, and later this year FIA will return for the assembly and the prize giving. So what do you see in terms of motorsport? China has come all the way, and what do you think the future could be? Do you think we should have, or will we have a Chinese manufacturer to join the grid?
I think, like Lewis said, it's the first time we've ever had the grandstand at turn 11 and 12 filled. I would say this, without doubt, is the most amount of support I personally have ever received at a race, bar my home Grand Prix. And it just feels like the Chinese fans and everybody in Shanghai is really loving and embracing Formula One, and it's just getting stronger and stronger. So yeah, for sure, this is a race to stay, and yeah, regarding a Chinese brand, yeah, who knows? It could be a good addition potentially.
Lewis, just. Oh, Frankie, just later in the year, we've got Formula E coming here. We've got the FIA prize giving coming to Shanghai.
Oh yeah, I remember where you're going with it. Well, firstly, I mean this circuit is phenomenal. Like the whole, that grandstand. It's like it's incredible. We did the drivers' parade, and we were looking. I took a picture of it, and it still stood the test of time. The whole paddock, the whole place, and the track is awesome to drive. It's one of the best tracks in the world, and one I've always loved racing at. I think it's great that racing and motorsport is continuing to grow in China. And I mean, you've got so many amazing car manufacturers here that are as good, if not better, than many around the rest of the world. So it could be great to see one come through at some stage.
Okay, thanks both. Next one.
One for Kimi, Ole Karpov, motorsport.com. Kimi here. Have you managed to speak to Isaac after yesterday? I think you attempted to apologize. He didn't really react well to that. Did you clear air?
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I did. I did today in the drivers' parade, and it's all good. Of course, yesterday, was definitely my mistake because I ran into him. Of course, not on purpose, and I, damaged his race, and so I take my responsibility. And after the race, of course, I went to apologize, and it was in the heat of the moment. We know how Isaac is sometimes, especially in the heat of the moment. So, I wasn't too bothered by it because today was all fine again.
Thanks for that. Any more? Yes.
Riley Sullivan, FHM Australia. Lewis, you're a huge part of the history of this race here in Shanghai and motorsport in China. How important is it, do you think, to continue to expand into new regions and countries around the world?
I think you can see the sport has taken so many monumental steps, I think. I mean, during my time here, it was quite, in the early days, it was kind of not progressing much. And obviously with the growth through Liberty and the steps they've taken is, again, at the beginning was really frowned upon, I think, from some of the people that didn't really want much change within the sport. And now they're seeing, it's actually been great for the sport to see it growing to new audiences. And I mean, the fact is we're in so many countries still, but I always talk about it that we're this one continent that we're not at currently. And I think, we got to definitely create more opportunity for things in the future and different places to go. Potentially, there's still so many amazing circuits around the world, and also, we've obviously got Madrid coming on, but 2 races in Spain. That's we used to have. I mean, maybe that in the future that could be a slot for another race, maybe. But I'm really just looking forward to seeing the sport continue to grow. We got the second movie we're gonna work on soon, and maybe I'm sure Drive to Survive has also been a huge part of that development as well.
Thanks for that, Lewis.